Hey guys, it's Nick here and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. I'm aware it's been a very long time since I've done this, but stuff happens, motivation comes and go. And I've just realized outside of Dungeons & Dragons, this is literally going to be the first time using my my microphone for what it's meant for. Okay. I'm not going to remember any of these voices. Mr. Wright, so... what's going on with the case anyway? Someone called me literally, that's it, whoops. I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Guzman, was stabbed to death after 5 PM on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot, in the police department's evidence room. What's this? And the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. I'll try to at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Cool, cool. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum, kicked over by Chief Prosecutor, was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Is she reading my goddamn mind? Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Heh. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is... luminol testing fluid. Eh? Isn't that the stuff like the blacklight? Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a lot of water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But won't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Oh, I just realized that I don't have this set right, so you guys haven't been hearing anything from the game. Okay, it ain't working, that's fine, I'll just lower it on this channel. I'm a minor, I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay. Right, yeah, I actually was thinking about that. This used to be, I mean, it was a Game Boy Advance game, but I'm pretty sure this particular chapter was only in the DS release. Because it made use of things like the touchpad and the microphone. How's that gonna work? Ooh. There we go. You can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation, action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount. Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean... Look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright? I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. As I said, isn't luminol used in substitution of a blacklight? We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. I feel like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Okay. Oh, you. I wondered how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes? Not bad, you two. You've been listening, haven't you? This day-old dilly box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah, it's all about... I don't know what city the Phoenix Wright universe is in, but their justice system really needs some work. Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. That's also a crime, which I think can get you up to 5 years. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure lying... Like, realistically, I'm pretty sure that... I mean, I know she wouldn't, but I'm pretty sure she could demand a mistrial due to inaccurate evidence, even if some parts of it are correct. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. I mean, if you put your mind in the gutter, that could mean an entirely new thing. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. That too. That is the that is the more PG way to put it. And you were let go? Hired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Oh, that's it? Okay. Excuse me, I just want to... Oh, now they're options. Okay. Wait, is this going to be a thing where I get to use it? Yes, cool. No? Hello. What do we have here? That blood must be from Lana. No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, whose side are you on? There's nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Okay. Vent. Barrel. See, I would have thought the barrel. No, no, no. Slide, let's look elsewhere. No. How much of this shit does this thing have? Okay. So that there, nothing there. No blood there. No blood there. Okay. Okay. Let's go to... Let's try the police department entrance. Well, considering it's doing this means that when I'm on the right track. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Let's see. I've already examined that, haven't I? Ah, great. The whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Oh, can I take out his berries? I just can't help but feel he's gonna do something naughty. Fences are looking pretty busy. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Yeah, but would it match up to the bill? The real old Brits are gonna really love that reference. Okay, go to bed. Hey. Oh no. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly and so imposing. It's hard to think straight. You can't handle the cacti. Stay out of the desert. What I want to know is if this is the guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Drinking on the job. There's a security guard uniform hanging there. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What's that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Hat. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be a real deal. The real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. But how? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Cool. Look on the floor! A lasso! Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know! Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed! You sure have an active imagination. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. But what if I were to spray this place with luminol? That's not what I was meant to do. Oh, I can't spray it. Oh, okay. Fine. I see how it is. Not gonna let me have my fun. Okay, alright. Criminal affairs? Probably the best place to get permission. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder to a detective down at the police department. Yeah, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yeah, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's gonna help us much either. That must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department? Aw, I told the old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. Alright, well. Detention center? I'm guessing this is right. So Miss Guy is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Grant say they'd arrested a suspect at the police department's murder? Let's go back later. Okay. Alright. Yeah, what do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence on that case, on the other weapon. It was due for transfer the very day Goodman was killed. And as I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet! Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? This too? No, okay. What else? What else then? Because we just said, like, what can you tell us about SL9? I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were Gotham Queen, right? We found this ID card here in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. As an ID card is not... Could it be a swipe card? It could be. But it might not be. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this. Oh, wait. Hey, Edgeworth! Look, I have to basically exhaust every single option. That's how this works. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. Huh? Guess we'll have to come back. Alright, well, if that's the case. What if... Oh, okay, maybe there's something I'm missing. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. Yeah, we could use the computer to check on who went in and out of here. This swinging door makes this place look like some kind of saloon. Well, looks like it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I'd say it'd be more of a yag myself. Okay. So... maybe there is more stuff I need to do in the underground parking lots? It won't kill me, I guess. That's where we found that note. 221 SL9, the SL9 incident. The case that was due for transfer the day of the murder. And the detective in charge of the case was the victim. Wonder what kind of case this SL9 thing was. Kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. Okay. So... yeah, because it's still giving me the option. I wonder if anything for this. Did you take a look at this? Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. You didn't even look at it. Okay. You must have to brew leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it! So that's how the secret to the aroma. Exquisite! The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Hey, okay. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. 5 minutes for the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. Your lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Now can I talk about... ah, okay. That instant really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made-up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of the job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I meant Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Ah. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I've come to sell lunch in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. What? It seems that you're serious about investigating this case. Yeah. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Marshall. Yeah. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Thought I was getting a call there. Officer Jake Marshall. Right, well now I know where to go. Police department. Oh. More of this, huh? Cool. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Huh? Wasn't that? Ah. Oh, one steak lunch Oh, it's, you. Detective Gumshoe? Now's not the time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've got our criminal, now we just need evidence. Criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? I was there. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Wait. What did I do? I think I went for a Jameson Price kind of voice. Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal here at the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Down around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation's off to a running start. Okay, let's go to the detention center first then. Actually, no, guard station. Detention center it is. Free. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Government, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down the road just now. Things will just get confusing. Jeez. What was that? So that's what I'm saying. Me a perpetrator? I'd say I was the one perpetrating it, so that's what I'd say. I don't know until they see him. Oh. Oh, hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Yeah, excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anyone on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekings. So you're the guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman like a little lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? I don't know why I'm starting to get a really bad, like, New York, Brooklyn accent here, but here we are. Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekings, you didn't, did you? Yeah. Yeah, Perpetrator Officer Meekings reporting for duty, sir. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Well, let's start. Yeah, sure, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. I'm starting to sound like Joey, and Little Karibo's Joey. Sorry, Hugh. But doing this Brooklyn accent makes it difficult to concentrate on card games. I know what you mean. My voice is pretty crazy, too. I'm thinking about changing it. By the way, my father has... I'm gonna stop now. Ah, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekings. I had some business that day, sir, so I guess we are going with a really bad Joey, Little Karibo Joey impression. I mean, I guess it kind of fits, you know, outside of the fact I can't say about my Brooklyn rage. So I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. Yeah, that's right, sir. It's ma'am. Or mom, if you go the British way. Yeah, because evidence room is... because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Yeah, and now the security officer. Yeah, was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Yes, sir. I happened to glance at the security room monitor. I wonder how many times I can put the word sir into these lines, sir. Yeah, that's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yeah! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, yeah, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And then when I came to, yeah, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Oh, so that doesn't add up because we saw him after the murder. Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yeah, another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first. Tell us how you hurt your hand. First, Mr. Vickin. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Ruth Guzman in the evidence room, right? Sure. Please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. You have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir. Then label me a victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Do you know the victim, Detective Guzman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a teeny department devoid of light and other creature comforts, sir. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why'd you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Okay, bandage hands. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think that you should just confess? But sure, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sure, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, sir, yeah, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Sir. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then, when I opened my eyes... Yeah, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Guzman had disappeared. What? Again, when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how it felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Why is it? What up? Officer Meeking, could you take a look at this? Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edworth, sir. He's passing the book, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the book to Edgeworth. This? Oh. I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. Yeah, that's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, and I was being peeled. On the second floor, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. This? Nope. You think you could take a look at this? Yay! That's it, sir, that's it, that's it! That's what? But yeah, my head was a blank until these very moments. But sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card is the card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Yeah, exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I have absolutely no idea what is going on here right now. I am utterly clueless. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. I don't know. I think I better leave right now before we go any deeper. Okay, tell me what it is you remember. Yeah, well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Gumshoe, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sorry, it's very rude for me to be mocking you like that. Yeah, okay, sir. Sure, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. Yeah, that's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! What? Now I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to sound like Sid from Ice Age. Maybe we could rapidly evolve into water creatures. That's genius, Sid. Call me Squid. I haven't seen that movie in so many years, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't even the first movie. I'm pretty sure that's the second movie I just quoted. What? Sure, I assure you I was as fussy as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My father's own words, sir. What happened then? Yeah, well, my eyes, sure. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. Yeah, actually, sir, that's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? He told me that I had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No. But the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From your security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime, I swore to swap it out. It's there, it's me on the tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. I really have just jumped from, like, Lil Karibo's Joey to Sid. No thanks, I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out this crime scene. Alright, here we go. I gotta go for this move. Common entrance. Guard station. Maybe examine this now. Huh. Okay, criminal affairs it is then. Man, you can't sequence break shit in this. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detective's desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all? Hmm? You know what it means if anything is missing. Sir, it's most likely totally perfect. Oh, we checked all of his drawers. Lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, beneath his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine, cat litter box, trunk of his car, inside of his hat, inside that little cubby hole that's usually there in a lot of houses where you don't really know what to put in there because there's not enough space, but then again, it just sort of makes it seem really weird, so you really hope that you can at least get like a trash can or something like that. The trash in the trash can. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour this place again, sir. Chief Detective looks a little flustered. Right-ho, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Grant. Replying for duty, sir. What are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Right. Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yes, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you've got something else? You've got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Now I'm sounding like Winston from Overwatch. Did somebody say peanut butter? I suppose I'm going to stick with this, because apparently I'm now incapable of keeping many voices. Why, they do just about everything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. This particular, well, it's a little sensitive. I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff, secrets, can't stand them. I know this is me deliberately trying to force a voice at this point. For better or for worse. But, you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trapped shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier? Oh, you saw that. Whoops. I wonder what was he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Present. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still. The busy one. The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Gumshoe? Either him or the Dancing Blue Badger. This? Yep. Yep. Okay, how can I discreetly ask him? Well, thankfully it's not trial, so I can keep going. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. Yeah, he wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. He took it away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonged to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not! Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The day on it's February 21st. I may know that just in case. Alright. Should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Right, well, it's been great to see you again. You know, hey, maybe we can go swimming someday. Or maybe we can recommend anyway. Bye. All right, let's, maybe now, finally? No, okay, right, Like, everything here has been, okay. Five nine. Oh, that's a 5-4? No, okay. Where to next, I wonder? Oh, okay. All this time. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Well, I never thought the day would come where Righto asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room.
Now, Righto?
Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all.
Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man?
Huh?
Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Just goes to show you never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir, it's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Lapel, lipple, loople. Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because we gotta get to the evidence room now, sir. I think this places a bad influence on the girl. I'm with you, right? Oop. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gantz. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader's turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partner. Well, what's made my bambina's sky so gray?
The Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him?
What's the matter? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have summarized, this here is my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene?
Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scenes are waiting.
Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then. Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. I don't want to converse with you. I'm thinking of Android 13. Look at my trucker head. I'm feeling that a lot of the things I'm gonna be doing is just reciting things from a bridge series. I was in an abridged series once, Tales of the Abridged. Not Tales of the Abyss, the abridged series, Tales of the Abridged. I voiced Guy and Vaughn. It was a good time. I really miss doing that. You know, after all, I mean, I just kind of did this for Guy.
And as for that, it was simply a lower voice, though I've improved since then. I'm pretty sure I'd be a lot better Van now than I was back then. Remember, I auditioned for it on voice acting class, but I'm rambling now, so let's go right on back to Marshall.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. But what if I were present to you a steak lunch? That smell reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No. I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What? What's wrong? A fillet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. What's it mean? Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Alright, hey, we got talking now. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong. I call him Meekly. If this was a few years later, people would probably call him Meeksinks. I'm Mr. Meeksinks! He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Notes, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Yeah, I can tell. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak into your steak, you know? Miss Star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. It's all gone now. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, the case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgewood was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe two of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, mere machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower on my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are here, security cameras. These are the ones Officer Meekings mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekings and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon there might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus, the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID that passes through. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is relative to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I'd seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain this whole transferal thing is about? We keep all the evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do them every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for all cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay. Present... Yeah, present this. Sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This isn't even Wild Northwest here. Aha, but that and this are 2 different things entirely. I guess so, huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. This? Okay, here we go. Brute forcing our way through. Okay, maybe I need to actually go into the evidence room first. Like, maybe I need to find something in the evidence room and then go from there. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Oh, it's Gumshoe.
Whoa!
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like... Oh god, I'm losing my voice already. This isn't how Gaunt sounds. But I could use this voice for something else at one point. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'll give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate this. Oh god, that's really hurting my throat. Huh.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for the day.
Just for today? Boss for a day.
Well, guess what? You got permission from the chief, so you're boss for the day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you'll want to have this.
Cool. I guess we'll talk. So did it come to you? You're the boss for the day?
That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. My own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for this mess up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That's the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
How? It would. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed, only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker's code with a fingerprint. Ah. So the locker we can open is our own.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handle's a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it,
Sam, you get a shock.
If that's what happened, my hand will be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Okay. This. Oh. Found a Mr. Edwards' house down with Mr. Wedgeworth's knife, huh?
What would drive the chief prosecutor's gonna do such a thing? Oh wait, I didn't mean... I mean, of course someone else really did it. Someone must have, someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, what about this?
That Goodman's note. And that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would Evans let that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna examine stuff. Can I spray? There's something sticking out here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal. Make me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet Darren's locker was open recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. Bet he hasn't tuck his shirt in under that trench coat either.
If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of him, pal.
Anything else? Okay, they're just down there. What's this? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Yeah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case out on Gourd Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. For me, it was. And, I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come in handy solving some case sooner or later.
The cheap-looking box?
You can't judge a person or machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart.
Alright, slide. Is this blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there's other blood stains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Okay. Okay, how am I meant to do that without, you know... Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here?
Another piece of SL9 evidence. Sure, let's take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together?
Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Okay. So I'm assuming I have to... I'm assuming I have to put it in... No, okay. Okay, alright, one sec. I can figure this out. I'm a smart boy. That'll be what... Hold on. There we go. Alright, which bit now? I want to say... this. No? Upside down? No. Okay, one sec. Let me think this through. Okay, it's hard to tell because the perspective's a little bit jarring. Okay, so then... this. No? Okay, it was that. It was just the rotation was off. No, not that one. Yes. It's the fact that the parts are slanted. Well, that doesn't... That's really in an awkward spot. Okay. No, do that piece. No, that piece? I guess this piece. That's what I mean, like, perspective-wise, like, that had a bigger dip in it. I'm assuming... no. Okay. Ah, fuck. No. I got this. And then... you. Cool. There's the hole missing, though. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. Problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still. Doesn't look like a most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken. Or is it I can't understand? I don't know. What's this? What's this sworn paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True arts? I noticed that there's a blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger?
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here? In the evidence room? What's next? Just sleep at your desk? Look, this one's open, and the red ink light above it's lit.
That locker's coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Okay, so... how do we... oh, that's how. Oh, hello. Wait, could I have done this to begin with? I feel I probably could have. That must have been one massive pool of blood. I've seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien?
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
I mean, yeah, we figured as much. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint.
What?
What's the matter, Detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me, or they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I won't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll try it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective! Anywhere else? A slide? Ooh. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. It just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
Oh, I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief.
Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. What is ID?
That's the victim of F. Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's card and secret numbers. You can never relax.
That's only because you always lose your card.
I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to?
Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system.
Yeah, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is that reward a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently, he's forgotten.
This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal.
Art?
He was dancing proudly in the day of the award ceremony. But there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the blue badger away for a while.
Really? Why?
Oh, you say it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I told night and day.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
No, that was a bloody violent case.
Violent? So it was a murder?
A serial killing.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill.
Rumors about forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with a transfer earlier today. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So that switchblade knife?
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself?
Okay. So if I were to present the switchblade knife... Okay, well that doesn't help me at all. See this? This is a victim's ID card.
One that was on the ground in the parking lot?
The number on this, 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card recorder again. Yep, there it is. Look at the fourth number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing.
What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Wait, what did Officer Meeking say? Yeah, sure, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked the Detective Goodman to show his ID card. Did he do it? Yeah, it's your thing. Suddenly you point a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekings?
Alright, compadre, you win. Yes, I can give you this ID card record.
I wonder if... Yeah, I was about to say. Gumshoe. I like to think that's the game being like, okay, look, he's spent nearly 2 hours so far just trying to get through this part. Let's go in some slack. This is the ID card record of people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Yeah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What? What? Okay, cool. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room?
Hey pal, look at the time!
Is there something you need to go to?
Just Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be laying out soon. Gonna give him my report for the day. Might help, you know?
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like Gumshoe?
I'm off pal, later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Let me see. Let me. I want to look. Okay, cool. Right. Over to Edgeworth then.
Righty.
Oh, you.
Ah, guest. My apologies.
Oh, it's you.
Have we met somewhere?
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Right.
He has the hotel bring in tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow.
The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Hey, Edgeworth. Oh, right. I'd better check this now.
As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true.
Why? Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gaunt, no less.
Chief of Police?
He wanted evidence for a case that was wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solved, right? It would have to be evidence if the evidence was already filed.
The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I make a note of it. Okay, cool. stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, however... No. Okay, well. How about this? Nope. Okay. You know, maybe I should, you know, talk to him. Yeah. See, I don't mind talking as Edgeworth, because his voice is similar to my own, just more exaggerated with the Britishness. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. SL9. Or SL6 even. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However... Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation of this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I never seen this out of sorts. Okay, let's... Let us present. Right, please. Oh, no, man. Okay, there's gonna be some strong evidence. Maybe where he was? No. Walker. No. I will brute force this until you give in, Edgeworth. Oh, whoop that! Ah! So not only did I miss some dialogue, but then I got interrupted by a phone call. You're the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in the elevator. What is wrong with my camera? Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. And wacky old coup was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood will be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do everything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yeah, of course. Just today, Mr. Ryan and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminium powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We're the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about getting these Detective Gumshoe as well? Okay. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. You seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Okay. I'm hoping we're near the end of this. I'm getting tired. My throat's getting tired. Oh, he's not here anymore. Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Technically too. Here in this building, the detective's evidence locker. Alright. Cool. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. Let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Really can't tell the difference at a glance. I can. Perfect classing and choose a finger. This'll work. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. And it's starting to get that sparkle in our eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter, see? Ah, it looks like I did the trick. The aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. Okay, imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Oh, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though. It definitely would if I had the microphone. Okay. Okay, I don't know. This isn't working. This isn't working as I expected it would. Oh, there we go. Ah, you did it! You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. Alright, why don't we look for the other prints? Look at the locked door again closely. There you go. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Probably that. There we go. Oh, cool. It just gets rid of it all in one go. There we go. Yeah, just gonna. Yeah, there we go. That got rid of it all. Ah. Dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Yes, she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Miss Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. How am I supposed to know who it was? Can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would be most likely to find on this evidence locker? Okay. No. No. Kinda. Oh, hey. This looks like Gumshoe. It's Gumshoe. Damn, he's only 30. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. So... maybe I have to use this? Oh, we got the luminous... Yep. Right! There was a handprint here. Okay. Wanna try using this? Yeah, sure. Why would I not? But I have to worry about something first. What? The area of blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say the probability of a hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find the prints that weren't wiped away. Okay, let's go with... this? Alright, well. Give him my best shot. That result won't do any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this pit. Okay. Different finger. So... this one? So where would it be? There's that one there. Oh, this is a... I don't know. Yeah, let's try a different finger. Where is that different finger? Hold on. No one here? Hey! What do you mean that's not good enough? There we go. Right. Hold up. Ah, Marshall. $33. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is this someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? So Jake Marshall? That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma? It's decidedly different from Gunshoe's prints. The luminal reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall... Looks like our investigation's finally turned up some results. Guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Whew. That took a while. Alright. I'ma call it good. The day 2 trial? Day 2 trial former? Or day 3 trial former? I don't know. But either way, that's all the time I've got for this episode. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye! Don't know what I was playing there. Bye!